Yeah, how's it going, guys, and welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the best OBS/Vegas Pro settings for Minecraft. And yes, this is my first video with my voice in it, so please don't make fun of me. I know I sound like a 4-year-old, but just bear with it for this video, okay? Alright, so without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so when you're in your desktop right over here, if you're wondering what my background is, just freaking Michael Jackson, but just a rat. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, just ignore that. For general, I don't think you want to change anything, so just ignore that. Alright, for the recording settings, I just go for a standard type, and I choose MP4, because who else doesn't want to choose MP4? That's kind of weird if you don't. And for the encoder, I choose NVIDIA NVENC H264 New. You do not want to choose anything else other than this. But there's a setting called X264, which I can't really show you right now because I'm recording. But if you see that setting and you have a better CPU than GPU, then you're going to want to choose that. For rescale output, of course, 9020 by 1080. We can change that later in our video settings, but not right now. For rate control, I choose CQP. I don't really mess with any of those. I just choose CQP because that's what I always go with. I used to go with VBR, but I really didn't like that. For my CQ level, I chose 19 because my PC's pretty decent. If you don't think you have a good PC, then you could just increase this by a little bit more. You can go for 20 up to 24. 24 would be the best one if you don't have a really good PC. And even if you're on 24, it still looks amazing. For keyframe interval, I just go for 0. For preset, max quality. And if you don't have a really good PC, you can go for quality, and for profile, I go high. And look ahead, I don't check that. Cycle turning, I don't check that. GPU 0, max keyframes 0. Alright, for audio, the only thing that I changed in this place was my desktop audio. I just set it to default, and everything else except for mic auxiliary audio, I just changed it to my actual mic, which is the Yeti stereo microphone. It's a really good microphone. You guys should get it if you don't really have a good microphone. So for the video settings, we have this, and yes, this looks kind of weird, but don't worry. For the resolution, just choose 1920 by 1080. And the second one, you should also choose 1920 by 80, the output section. And if you don't have a good PC, you can just make these 1920 by 720, which will still look amazing on your computer. So don't worry if you don't have a good PC. So for downscale filter, I chose bilinear fastest but if scaling because I want to have a bit of that motion blur feel to the video whenever I record. That's why some of you guys say my video looks smooth. I think it's because of this. And for FPS value, I chose 240 FPS. And if you want to make it 240, you gotta change it to fractional, but I can't really show you that right now because I'm recording right now. I chose 240 because my PC is pretty decent. I can record in high FPS, so I chose that. But you can still record on 120 FPS, or you can even record at 60 and your video will still look really good. But I don't think you get that nice fresh motion blur look with 60 FPS. So for hotkeys, I don't really set anything because I don't really need anything. I would just come over here and just press start recording and go back to Minecraft. And so for advanced settings, I don't really mess with these because I don't feel like I need to because it doesn't affect my video that much. So I don't think you guys have to because I think my video already looks fine without changing these settings, but I might be wrong. Alright, so after you're done with your OBS settings, you're going to want to come to Vegas Pro 18 or whatever version you want. It doesn't matter. And right before you edit, you're going to want to go on this setting gear right over here, which is called Project Video Properties. And I basically didn't change a lot of things over here, but the changes that I've made here are really important for your videos. So for the width and height, I made it 1920 by 1080 like the original video. Over here for the full resolution rendering quality, I made it best because it would just make your video look better. For motion blur type, I made it box because it just looks much better than Gaussian. I've seen people run with Gaussian. I've tried it before and I personally did not like it that much, so I chose box. For the interlace method, it's just none. I didn't change that. For resample mode, I made it smart resample, but while you're editing, and if you want to edit much faster, you're going to disable resample and press apply. And then after, when you're like done editing and you save it, you're going to press smart resample and then you're going to render. So it makes your PC much faster while you're editing. For here, adjust source media to much better project settings. So you're going to click that and start all with project with these settings. I don't know why I didn't click that, but you should click that. Alright, so after you're done with it, just double check that you've copied everything from my video and you think everything's fine. Do not press apply and okay, just go over to the template right over here and then you're just gonna name it whatever you want. I named it use this because I don't know why, I just felt like naming it use this, but you can name it whatever you want, which is much better than this. And after when you're done renaming, just press save template and then press apply and then okay. Alright, so after you're done editing, you've set everything, you think everything's fine, you don't want to come over here and then press save because you don't want to like risk your thing crashing while you're rendering the video. I personally choose Magic's AVC AAC MP4. Do not get mixed up with the second one. It looks pretty similar, but just don't get mixed up with that one. And when you press on this one, you're gonna click on any of these that says NVIDIA NVENC and choose the one that says Internet HD 1080 59 FPS NVENC. And when you click on that, you should have a normal template. I'm gonna go to my own template and show you mine, and you're just gonna copy that. When you choose yours, it's not gonna look like this. So when you edit it, you want to make your frame size to HD 1080 1920 by 1080. Do not make it any of these yet, because we're gonna change that later on after you render the video. You want to set your allow source to adjust frame size to tick, and then profile main. I don't know what that does, but just make it main. Frame rate 59, just do not change that. Allow source, yes, you want to set your source to frame rate. Don't mess with these, okay? Don't mess with these. I really don't know what they do, but just don't mess with them. All right, so for variable bitrate, you want to change it to 240 million, because that's literally the best one. I don't know why you don't want to make it the best one, but just make it 240 million. For maximum and average, just make them both 240 million. So for encode mode, you just want to make it NV encoder, preset default, RC mode VBR, and that's literally it for this page. But do not save yet, because we're gonna go with audio. And so for audio, 48,000 for sample rate. I didn't change that. Bit rate, make it 384,000. And for system, I didn't change anything, so don't mess with that. And for project, you want to make it best. Use project settings, default, and limited. Because, I don't know, I just made it to default. After you're done, you want to do the same thing as last time. You want to press the template and name it whatever you want, and then press save. And then you can press apply, and then okay. And after you're done, you just want to click render, and then you just have to wait for a little bit until your video renders. Alright, so after you're done rendering your video, you should see a video on your desktop or whatever the video was set to render to. And you just want to put it on your desktop right over here, and then you want to create a file, okay? Create a new folder. And then name it whatever you want. I'll name it convert. Okay, I'll name it convert. And then you want to put your video right in there. And I just want to open your file and just wait right over here, because I'm going to give you a link in the description, and you're going to click on the link, and then you're going to get a virus. And no, you're not going to get a virus. That was just a joke. So when you get this link, do not click on these ads, okay, that says chat with people nearby. Just don't be stupid, okay? And you want to click download on this ffmpeg, okay, setup, okay? After you press download, okay, you're gonna wait 3 seconds, and when you wait 3 seconds, you're gonna press open, and you should see this, okay? Press install, and then you're just gonna press finish. That's literally it. You don't have to do anything else. All right, so after that, when you're done downloading ffmpeg, you're gonna go back to your folder, and then you just wanna press new text document. Okay, you're gonna name it whatever you want. Just name it converter. Okay, and also change your video's name to convert. All caps, just name it convert, okay? You're gonna open your text document. So after that, you wanna open your notepad and then copy and paste this from the description down below. And don't worry, this is not gonna hack your computer or anything. This is just gonna set your video to 4K, okay? So it's gonna look amazing. Because whenever I see people like rendering in 1920 and 1080 and doing all that and just uploading the video in 1920 by 1080, it's not gonna look that good. So you're gonna wanna render it to either 1440p or 4K, which is this one right over here. And so after that, you want to change your file path. You just want to remove that right over here. You want to remove it, and then you're gonna go back to your file, which is over here. Press on the convert, and you should see this. Okay, you're gonna copy that, and you want to paste it right over here. Okay, you should see a space between CD and this thing right over here. Okay, so after that, you want to press file, save as, and then you're gonna want to change this name to convert.bat, okay? And then you want to put it to all files, and then you want to press save. And then after that, you want to close this down, go back to your file, and you should see this thing. This looks like a hack, but it's not really a hack. It's just gonna fix your video and make it better. You can just delete this now, and that's it. And then after that, when you change your video to convert, you just want to press this, okay? This should come up, and you're just gonna wait until this is done. And to know when it's done, this is just gonna close down, and that's it. And your video is gonna be able to be viewed. And then that's it. When your upload is done, you're just gonna upload this to YouTube, change the title, and do whatever you want with it, and then there you have it. And there you have it, guys. That was it for today's video, and I hope this was really helpful for you guys. And if it was, then please make sure to share this with your friends if they also want to record videos for Minecraft. And if you enjoyed today's video, then make sure to like and subscribe. It would truly mean a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.